Stop your yapping and start digging.
He failed me. Fuck. This mission is so stupid. Oh. Let's see.
Catch!
Fire.
Stop your yapping and start digging.
Hey?
Uh, 20 and upwards, right?
Gonna need 3 buckets of nails and a tub full of pegs.
I'm always down to like one fire attack. RNG, basing it on RNG, Jesus.
Watch your heads!
I've hit the white of an eye from half a league away.
Life had me ploughed, now here I'm marching proud.
Pissing in the moat? Oh, you're dead. It's gonna be a right good levy, big and beautiful.
He's down to the 1. Hit him, because he's always going to survive at 1 HP. So frustrating. I can't bring him down because it just insta-kills 2 every round. It's just, oh man.
Ever have a stone knock out one of your teeth?
If that happens.
You mad? Don't shake that!
It's gonna be a right good levy, big and beautiful.
It's just boom, boom, boom.
Life had me ploughed, now here I'm marching proud.
And I am stuck with RNG. If that one dude would have died to the fire, one dude would have died to the fire. Oh, the fire. Freaking RNG in it. Ugh. Sucks so bad.
Thing about slings, they hide well.
Try this again.
Catch!
So RNG.
It's gonna be a right good levy, big and beautiful.
Of course I'll manage. I need a full week.
It's RNG, and he won't die because RNG will allow the last guy to die. RNG, let the fucking last guy die.
Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
Watch your heads!
Stop your yapping and start digging.
Left, right, left. What now?
For you, RNG.
Thing about slings, they hide well.
I smell a leak.
Gonna need 3 buckets of nails and a tub full of pegs.
Of course I'll manage. That should need a full week.
And RNG attacks the wrong guy.
Ever have a stone knock out one of your teeth?
This could hurt.
Forgot to use him. GG.
Stop your yapping and start digging.
Yeah, that was total fail.
Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
catch!
Not going into the fray already, are we?
Pissing in the moat? Oh, you're dead. It's gonna be a right good levy, big and beautiful.
Oh, finally RNG is on the side. That match sucked. Get up there.
Not liking the looks of this,
Gascon said, furrowing his brow. Neve followed his gaze. Before them, beside the road, stood a hut with a scorched thatch roof.
Why?
Huts abandoned, yet dried fruit and mushrooms hang from the eaves. Famine raging all around and no one's been tempted. I'd send a scout if I were you.
The Queen did as Gascon suggested, and sent 3 infantrymen to reconnoiter. They entered the hut and found only silence, that was soon broken by a blood-curdling growl. The soldiers ran out at full speed, tripping over their own legs. Meve drew her sword, convinced a horde of neckers or ghouls would soon attack. But her fears proved unfounded. Instead of monsters, out of the hut came a shaggy dog, a torn scrap of fabric clutched in its teeth.
Milady.
One of the soldiers began, his face red with embarrassment and his hands covering a hole in his breeches.
Was dark as a well inside, and that hound, it jumped out at us all of a sudden, biting it and snapping.
Bad boy!
Gascon said with a smile, then pulled a hunk of dried sausage from his bag. Bought by this generous offering, the dog calmed down at once.
I'm back. Sorry about that. Little family emergency. Like, he got his butt bit by a doggy.
Further examination showed the dog was the hut's only resident. Like many others in Edern, its owners had disappeared without a trace. Their loyal mutt still guarded the premises, waiting for his master's return.
Let's take him with us.
Gascon said.
Otherwise, he'll die here, of his own hunger or someone else's.
A watchful sentry like this could prove useful in our camp.
Said the Queen.
Fine. He can join. But he shall need a name.
How about Reynard?
Proposed Gascon, a cheeky grin smeared across his face.
That way, he'll come when you call, sit on command, and always be a heel. Always heel, that is.
Watch your words,
said Reynard, hand tightly gripping the hilt of his sword.
or you'll learn I'm not at all as tame as you believe.
Enough, both of you. That's an order. As for you...
The Queen took a good look at the dog, who still had a scrap of fabric in his teeth.
Since it seems you've a taste for the cloth of the nether regions, I dub you... Knickers. Will that do?
The dog wagged its tail vigorously, as if thoroughly pleased with its new name. Meave's company marched off, a furry new recruit richer.
Knickers. Okay. It's a lot of bones. And a helmet. Okay. What's the dog do? Cannot be targeted. Kinda handy. That'll work. Continue down the road.
Niamh and her companions neared the Moulderwood, a dense, ancient forest of trees whose tangled branches had witnessed the conjunction of the spheres. It was not until King Vidamont's day that a road was finally carved through the primeval thicket, significantly shortening the journey from Rossburg to Aldersburg.
Even when peace reigns, danger rules this road.
Rayla said.
Now no one dares travel it.
At the edge of the wood, by the road, stood an enormous willow. Its branches swept down to cover its trunk, looking for all the world like long tresses shrouding a woman's face. Niamh had an ill premonition. She did not like the sickly sweet aroma wafting from this tree, nor the metallic buzzing of insect wings. She sent a scout to investigate. He drew aside the drooping branches and stumbled back. There were men bound to the tree, covered in sap oozing from gashes in its trunk. Its heavy scent had attracted swarms of insects, flies, wasps, bees and beetles. They seethed over the bound men, crawling in and out of their ears and nostrils.
Eldane welcomes us to his wood.
Rayla whispered.
Oh. Oh man. What the? Oh. It's like some kind of Walking Dead type crap. Oh. That. I think that's the new worst way to frickin' die right there. That's. Oh.
Meve stepped towards the tree and saw the men stuck to it were all still alive. Those the elves had caught recently writhed and howled for rescue. Those hanging longer merely followed the queen with half-crazed, bloodshot eyes.
Pray them. That's the worst kind of death you give somebody.
Well, are you to stand there all day?
Meve screamed to her dumbstruck Lyrians.
Free them, at once!
Her soldiers needed no more prompting and set about sawing at the ropes with their blades. As soon as they had freed the first captive, before even a word of thanks could be uttered, a flaming streak soared through the air and stuck in the tree. The oozing resin burst into flames, engulfing the prisoners as well as the soldiers who had come to their aid.
What the
Elder speech
hell?
battle cries rang out from the woods as elven warriors launched their attack.
It's a trap!
Cried Reynard.
Defend the queen!
I mean, that's disgusting monsters right there. Like, Nilfgaard needs to be destroyed. They're trash. Okay.
Keep your heads in the fight! They'll seek to blind us with shock and awe!